Thank you for joining us, Global Village, today. We have two guests today, Janelle from the Kantara Safe House and Kim from the Kantara Safe House also. Welcome to the Global Village Show.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself, Kim?
I am the programs manager, so I run all the programs and staffing for Kantara Safe House, which is the Brooks Women's Shelter.
Oh, that's very good. What about Janelle?
I am the organizer of the 5th annual Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. I'm also training to be a part-time casual crisis worker at the women's shelter.
Okay, so you want to touch base with what that Walk a Mile is all about?
Yes, of course. The Walk a Mile is about stopping sexual abuse as well as rape and gender violence. We like to kind of make it a fun event, so the men walk around in the high heels as well as raise money for the Kantara Safe House Women's Shelter. And it's just a great event. It raises a lot of awareness.
That's good. So how long has been that awareness? How many years now?
5 for us. So this is the 5th year that it's running.
Wow, so people will walk on the high heel shoe?
Yes, they wear these ones.
There you go. That's and first, you have a first prize winner, second prize winner?
Yes, so the first prize winner is a $400 gift card to the Banff Springs Fairmont Hotels. The second is a night stay at the Heritage Inn as well as a meal voucher. And the third place is $100 to Boston Pizza.
So if I'm not mistaken, so you have to walk a mile, and if you don't fall, then that is you will be the winner.
We haven't had anybody fall, so that's awesome.
No injuries yet.
I think they come having practiced a bit in their wives' shoes.
There you go. So how are you going to be a winner then? Everybody will walk a mile, or they just run with it? Sort of like walking speed, everyone?
Sorry, do you want to answer?
Sure.
You answer.
How they win is, well, if they win the first prize, it is the person who has raised the most money for the shelter.
Okay.
So that's kind of how we base it off of. And they kind of make it fun, like who has the hairiest legs, I think is the third place.
Okay.
And, you know, just
Best.
really fun.
They come dressed in costumes, so like you'll see them decked out in their wives' dresses, or you know, if you can't walk in the high heels, because some people can't, they're welcome to deck out their running shoes or their bedroom slippers, bedazzle them, put ribbons on them. So you know, we give best costume, hairiest legs, you know, kind of just 2 joke categories.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, no, that's I can see it's very high heel.
I couldn't walk in them, so the guys that do, they're awesome.
No, can I just see 1 sec?
Of course.
Yeah, it's extremely high.
And there is 3 sizes. You can get the small heel, the medium, and the stiletto. So I think that's the medium size.
But again, if you can't, don't let not being able to walk in the shoes be a barrier.
Okay.
You can bedazzle your best runners, you can bedazzle your bedroom slippers. It's just getting out there and walking.
The awareness
That's the most for the cause, for
cause.
domestic violence and sexual violence.
There you go. Well, I will salute the person who walks with that high heel. It's a little bit high heel.
Like I said, I couldn't walk in them. Janelle can do it. I could not.
Maybe.
Yeah. So you want to touch base on, for example, the overall the shelter stuff.
Certainly, Kantara has been around running Brooks and District Women's Safe Shelter. We run as Kantara Safe House in the community right now. We've been around for several years. We are a 10-bed emergency crisis shelter, so we provide emergency housing for women and children that are fleeing domestic violence. And we also help out some other women and stuff like that as well. But we also provide services in the community to men where we can't obviously house them in our shelter building right now, but if we do have men fleeing from domestic violence, we can provide outreach supports, and if necessarily, we can put them up in the community as well, or refer them on to other shelters that do have dedicated crisis beds for men fleeing violence. So we like to help out the whole family.
Wow, that's good. So what is the capacity then?
Right now, we can run 10 beds that the Alberta and Children and Youth Services funds us for. Sometimes we can go over that, but if we need to for a night or two until we can make other arrangements. But as a general rule, we can run up to 10 people in our crisis facility at this point in time.
So are we talking about single women or with their kids?
Women with kids, 10 total capacity. Our space right now, as you might know, is very small. That's why we are getting ready to, we have just broken ground on our new facility, which will have more beds. I'm not totally sure about our final bed numbers yet because we're just in the process right now, but we'll, I think, up to 15 or 17 beds by the time we're done. So really excited. A little bit of longer stay space. Right now we run on an emergency basis, which is up to 21 days. It's not guaranteed, but up to 21 days. So we may have some longer stay space available for families that need more time stabilizing after they flee domestic violence. So we're really excited about that.
No, that's very good, and congratulations for the new building.
Awesome, yeah.
It's coming then. When are you guys moving out?
We just broke ground a couple weeks ago now, and so our building is a modular build out of Bow City, and so they're building it on site, and they will truck it to Brooks in 8 different sections, and so we'll begin to see it going up over. They're going to build over the winter, and so spring into the fall, or spring into the summer, the building will come up. So hopefully by final, we'll be
by the fall.
By the fall, yes. Sorry, is what I'm trying to say.
No, that's good. No, that's very good. No, that's good. So are you seeing increase of domestic violence in our area by just tracking the numbers that you receive?
That is always a hard one. Right now we're in the middle, as you know, as an economic recession. And so things look really different right now. And so I don't think we have a firm idea of what's going on domestic violence wise. We tend to see an influx in the seasons as the weather starts to change, where people don't have the options to maybe camp out or do things towards the winter and the fall. We definitely see our numbers going up. And we've seen, as you may know and as you're familiar, we've seen people leaving our area trying to find work. So I don't think we're right in the middle. We're not quite seeing what the true picture is yet. As a general rule, we're doing lots of great work in our shelter programs and also our outreach numbers. We do see the numbers go up and down, and we're definitely seeing that this economic downturn is impacting families with abuse.
No, that's the common, I think, when the economic recession reflects the family dispute and problems.
Stress spews out into the family, and so I think all over Brooks, we're all seeing the rise of numbers and the demands on services.
So, what other programs you have apart from that? You have also outreach and all that.
We in Brooks, we kind of do things a little bit differently than some other shelters have done in the past. They've really focused on their emergency stay programs, and we've done that, and we realize that we can never go without that. As much as we would like to have a society without domestic violence, I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime, but I'm going to sure work towards that. So we've
that we won't have. No.
Well, we can hope, right?
Yeah,
and
we
will work every day to see if we can.
We can decrease. But we cannot eliminate. That's part of life.
But we've always looked at things a bit differently under the leadership of our executive director, Shauna Bell, who's an amazing woman, and she's really brought a lot of really great leadership to our programming, and we've taken it from a focus necessarily on the crisis residential part of it and the short-term stay to how can we help out long-term families that are dealing with abuse, because again, it is a family issue, it's a community issue, it's not just one or two people having an issue, it's something we all need to look at. And so we provide services through our outreach programming to maybe women that have been in the shelter and are leaving the shelter and they still want to stay connected. But we also have some great programming, our Healthy Families Outreach Program, which provides outreach services to high needs new Canadian families that maybe need a little bit of support. And so we do that in partnership through our community. And we also run with our domestic violence intervention team, which is a partnership with Cantera, the RCMP, and also victim services. And so we really are trying to look at, like I said, domestic violence as a issue for the whole family and the whole community. And we're trying to do as much work as we can before they need to come into shelter. So maybe the RCMP will go out to a file and maybe they don't have enough information to lay charges, but they will get permission for the families that they're working with. Hey, maybe we can offer you some support through the Cantera, through our DIVIT program, our Domestic Violence Intervention team, or maybe Brooks and Community Immigration Services, they'll have new Canadian files that they're working with, and they'll be like, hey, we can hook you up with outreach from Cantera, and they can work with the whole family. So we're really excited about that work because we're able to deal with families where they're at. If they can't leave the house, or it makes more sense for the woman to stay in the home, we can help provide resources and supports to the man if he has to leave. Or if it makes more sense for the woman to come into shelter, we can provide supports. We just want to help people that want help. So if they want help doing things differently in their families, we want to get them those helps. Maintaining that the children are safe, that any law enforcement issues, for example, no contract orders, things like that, we work in conjunction with Child and Family Services very closely, with the RCMP very closely. So we're not going to help you breach, but we're going to help you work on long-term plans to help get your family as healthy as you want. Whether you know that you want to leave and never get back together, maybe you don't know what you want as a family, or maybe because of the legal ramifications, or because Child and Family Services is involved and it's not safe, we can work with the whole family and help with all the services in Brooks kind of coordinate what that plan needs to look like going forward for your family. We are pro-family. We don't want to split up families. We are not more for the woman or the man. We recognize domestic violence as a family and a community issue. And so again, we want to make sure that everyone is safe while that happens. So whether you need some supports and you have to leave the house for a bit, we want the best plan for the safest outcome for your family, which I think makes us all win.
That is said enough. Thank you very much. I think that's indication for the viewers, and that is what we need to hear.
And our outreach program and our outreach team and our shelter team, we are more than willing to go and speak to different community organizations. For example, our outreach just did a presentation on Sunday along with Victim Services, Child and Family Services, to the Oromo elders. And we love doing stuff like that because how can we all are working together as a community then. We don't mind working with the schools. We work very closely with Alberta Employment Services, Mike from the Well, to address it as a family issue, which we know it is, and a community issue. So anytime we can speak and provide education on domestic violence and its effects, we want to do that. And so we're just excited that programs like this give us a chance to do that, and also to educate around our amazing fundraising event like Walk a Mile, where proceeds will be going directly to the new build of our shelter. Because I think, what is it, we have to raise $400,000? Yeah, we're expecting it's a $1.5 million build. And so we've raised the majority of that. We're still trying to get that $400,000, but that's only a little bit compared to what we've already raised. So we're so excited to get that information out there.
And coming back to that question, if somebody wants to donate, for example, those great people who might have some cash to spare, would they just call the shelter? Or?
Yep, they sure would. We are welcome to business people that can provide donations in kind, maybe labor, maybe help with furnishing, things like that, maybe just a cash donation, or maybe you want to walk a mile, or maybe you guys want to run a bake sale for us. So they can contact the main shelter number of 403-79, that's my crisis number. Our admin line is 403-362-2766, 403-362-2766, or if they need help in their families, they can call our 24-hour crisis line of 403-793-2232. So that's 403-793-2232. Or if they just want to connect up with Janelle about our Walk a Mile, Janelle, you can give out your information.
Sure, you could call me at 403-501-4322. Yes.
And what is that form you have there?
This is the registration package. So, yeah, if they want to get a hold of us and get involved in this awesome event, I'll drop this off for them, or they can come pick it up. And yeah, it has all the information. It has the brochure, the registration, the permission, the pledge form. Yeah.
Janelle, maybe you could just tell them a little bit more about where the event's going to take place and who's walked for us before, because it's really exciting. We've had people from different communities in walking for us, so it's been awesome.
For sure. So the event is supposed to happen at the
Flex Hall?
Yes, the Lakeside Leisure Center Flex Hall. And if they want to come, they should come at 2:15 on November 1st, which is a Sunday. And the event is at 3 p.m. Yeah. And who's walked before?
And
3
oh
p.m.,
yeah,
right?
who we've had walking before. I was just talking with Ahmed before the program started, and we've had some amazing walkers. Edward Foley, some of you may know him.
Yeah.
He's walked with us from the Liberian community. We've had gentlemen from the Filipino community. We've had police officers and firefighters. We've had county councilors. Mayor Martin's walked for us. We've had soldiers come and walk with us. Adam Lakatos, that some may know from cadets, but also from his piping. He is a bagpiper. He's going to start off our walk. He's been doing that for the last couple of years for us. So we're so excited because we're getting and he's a second generation Hungarian citizen. So we're so excited about that because it's people buying into the fact that this is community work. So,
Community driven.
and it's a community organization. Again, we want to get away from the stereotype that we just help women because we help men too. Again, through our outreach programming, if men come to us and say that they've been abused, we will definitely help provide resources. Crisis counseling will help them find a place to stay if they need emergency accommodations. So again, it's so important to us that we have the buy-in of all of our community. It doesn't matter if they're from Congolese, Somalia, from original Canadian citizens, business people, just the guy off the street or the woman off the street. It's an issue for the whole community to be involved in. So we're so excited.
No, that's very great to hear. So what is your program then? Are you going to be working with the shelter in the near future? Are you volunteering with them now?
I am the organizer of the
She's a contractor for us right now to get the walk a mile done.
Okay.
And then after that, I will be training to be the casual crisis worker.
So we're really excited because she brings. She used to work with the Brooks Bulletin, so she's familiar with a lot of the business community in Brooks. So she's got connections that way. She's also got youth and schooling on her side. So we're really excited because she brings a really fresh perspective and a lot of energy to our walk a mile as well as our crisis department. And Janelle's got huge people skills. So, and that's the kind of people we want doing this work, people that care and are compassionate and are knowledgeable about Brooks. And Janelle's a lifelong Brooks citizen, so we're excited.
That's plus. That's plus. Yeah, so how many staff you have then at the shelter?
Right now we run about 21 full-time, part-time, and casual, and that's through our crisis accommodation program, our outreach programs, and also we run, a lot of you or viewers may be familiar with our Seconds on First store down Second on First. It's just down the door from the real estate office / down the street from Brooks Hotel, and it's a secondhand store where if the if the community's cleaning out their closets and they have some donations they want to give, if they take it down to the store, if the program or if those items get sold, the proceeds come directly back to shelter programming. Or if we have clients in need that maybe need clothing for themselves or their kids and or small houseware items, we give them a free voucher. So yeah, the proceeds really profit the shelter, and our clientele.
So are you talking about the Salvation Army?
No, it's called Seconds on First. Salvation Army is a great place to give your donations to as well because they really benefit in our community. But the shelter runs Seconds on First is what it's called, and it's again on the same street as Studio L, the Brooks Hotel, and the real estate office over there. And so 21 staff, that's quite a lot of staff.
That's a large number of
yeah, it's a huge
staff.
community of people caring for the families in Brooks. So we're so excited.
So if people want to donate, for example, children clothes, would they take there or they bring to the shelter?
No, directly down to the store. We don't have a lot of space. We are packed for space at their shelter building.
So they will be taking straight to that store.
But and what's really important, like I said, to know is that those donations, if they get sold to, because anybody can go and shop there, any of the proceeds come directly back to the shelter, but our clients also can get free vouchers, so our clients never have to pay as well. So your donations are going directly to the work of what the shelter does. So.
Well, that's the best cause for humanity, and I think it's no better way to donate than to the women's shelter for education and everything.
We appreciate that, and we kind of agree, but again, there's a lot of great businesses and a lot of great services in Brooks, so we just thanks that you'll bring us on your program and let us talk about ours.
No, we do have a different organizations in different field, but we're talking about some of the organizations that will have an impact because the women's shelter have an impact on the family. Yeah. And the community cannot be built without the family. So family is the foundation.
Yeah, and part of the thing is, I've been in Brooks since 2001, and Brooks is such an amazing community, as you know, to live and to do business in. And the reason that we can do such great work as a women's shelter is because we have great organizations and great people in our community that impact. We have great new Canadian families. We have great newcomer organizations. We have Alberta Child and Family Services and Victim Services, RCMP, they all believe in the work of building a strong, healthy family. And that's what makes it so great for us and easy almost for us to do the work that we do, because we have such an amazing community around us.
That's why we are a healthy and vibrant community.
Yeah, very much so. And
so are you from here, or you've been coming from different provinces?
I'm from BC originally, born and raised, and like I said, I've been here since 2001, I believe, October 13th of 2001, and so have been doing work in this community since then. And again, I don't think there's ever another place I really want to go. It is so amazing to do the work that we do here because we have a community that understands, and other organizations in the community that are doing the work along with us, that they understand how important it is for healthy families. And healthy families, relationship-wise, make for healthy businesses, they make for healthy schools, healthy students, so yeah.
My follow-up question to this one is, since you came from BC, which is one of the great provinces in terms of diversity, Ontario, Quebec, and BC. Alberta is still not as far as Quebec or Ontario or BC, because those have been settled by immigrants a long time for a very large number. So what do you think the advantage of a diverse community such as ours is advantage to in general in the economic growth of any given city or community?
Yeah, that is easy because I've given a lot of thought to that question, because I came to Brooks when immigration was really starting. It had happened a little bit before that, but it was really in swing. And you know, we're all richer for different communities, different nations, different beliefs. It makes us stronger. Like, it really does. And you know, at its roots, Brooks was settled by immigrants. People from Scandinavian countries, you know, things like that. They're our original farmers here in Brooks. So, you know, just like we were stronger because they came and they have brought their work ethic and their families, these new wave of immigrants, they are stronger and they make us diverse. We have better food, we have awesome businesses. I mean, really, like some of the restaurants we have in a small community such as Brooks are huge. They don't have them in some of the bigger places. So again, the fact Brooks is such a unique community, and again, I just feel stronger. I've gone to a church for years where, you know, it's been multicultural. Some of my great friends are from our new Canadian families, and it makes me a better person. I get to see a world view and a world perspective, and you know, Brooks, we are blessed to have that.
No, that's true indeed. I used to live in Ontario, and when it comes to in a diverse population or diverse communities, Ontario has a very large of different communities. But looking the Ontario, because of the large number of people living in Ontario, compared to small city such as Brooks, which has all different ethnic groups, it's a blessing.
Yeah, diversity. With diversity, everybody wins. And I don't care whether you're black, white, Chinese, what culture you're from, or what religion, Christian, Canadian. You know, when you see our kids playing together, you know, I mean, Janelle, you were raised in the middle of all the immigration in Brooks. You know, it makes no never mind to Janelle. Like they're hardworking people. They are family people. I mean, yes, diversity brings its challenges, but I feel like we win more with diversity than we ever lose out. And I know some, you know, again, better food, great people, great life experiences, great education experiences. You know, maybe people don't have, languages experiences. Like, I think we're better off as a community.
For sure.
Yeah, young generation is such as Janelle group and all that, and younger than her, I think will probably adapt far more easier than the older generation.
Yeah, and again, I think that we cannot ever underestimate the amount of the welcoming hands that have been in Brooks. I know that, you know, again, whenever growth happens, it can be a bit uncomfortable, but I have seen people welcoming and opening their doors. And, you know, it started with, started with global immigration. It's carried on to Brooks and County immigration. I've seen, you know, I've worked out at Lakeside myself. I used to recruit out there. My parents work out there. I mean, through the church experiences I've had, through the clientele I've had. I used to work for Brooks Employment Services and have been working in the shelter for a long time. Again, you know, the community of Brooks, by and large, again, has been welcoming, I think. And again, it is growing, and it you know, there are challenges. And I think Brooks grew very fast, very quickly. I don't think anybody was, you know, immigration, I don't think anybody was really ready for it. But by and large, the fabric of our city and what makes it great has been the people of Brooks being welcoming. And I think we don't ever take enough praise and pat our backs enough to say, you know what, again, yes, we have issues. Any community would have issues, but we have people that have been welcoming, understanding, and realize that more people, more groups bring value to us all.
No, I think you have said you hit the nail on the head. And I think this nation was built by immigrants. And the nation will need more immigrants to come to be a very success in the near future with economic through the global. But we appreciate you coming to Global Village, and you guys are doing a fantastic job, especially when it comes to family issues. And
Awesome.
Anything that we can be able to help, just give us a call, and we will definitely be able to help.
I just wanted to add, if we have 2 seconds,
Sure.
to say that we can offer our services. We have access to telephone translation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we can provide services in pretty much any language, 24 hours a day for all of our programming, and we're very proud of that. So again, we are that's kind of one of the ways we've tried to address the diversity of Brooks, because we can't always have a friend come and translate for us. So we do have access to translation services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And the number to reach is?
Again, for our crisis line, 24 hours a day is 793-2232. 793-2232.
Janelle, we hope the program you have on November 1st, Sunday, will be a very successful one. And again, thank you both of you coming to Global Village, and we are very honored to have you, and we will have you next time.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. This is the end of Global Village for today, and this is where the East meets with the West. So if you have any questions or any inquiries, please don't hesitate to send us an email. Until then, take care, God bless you, and have a great day.